Jai Hind, this is Brigadier Hemant Mahajan, and we start our 60th session on security scan, which covers all important events that took place in and around India, which has an effect on India's national security, be it internal security, be it external security, be it fighting multi-domain war against China. First, let us start off with the development that are taking place in Canada, with Canada and India, with regard to the Khalistani extremists who are creating a problem, and this has been covered very well. The latest update on this is what that India has held its ground, and Canada has now come to a conclusion that it cannot push India into a corner. So India's proactive diplomacy, India's offensive diplomacy has definitely helped the USA, which is supposed to have helped China, helped Canada in gathering intelligence, has also realized. So they, therefore, in their statement with our Foreign Minister, Dr. Jaishankar, has not made any mention about the Niger case in Canada. So Canada has realized now the Canadian Prime Minister talks about having good relations with India. However, the relations have gone down so much that it is not going to improve at all till the time the Canadians stop activities by terrorists on their soil. In fact, this could be called as terrorist attacks from the Canadian soil on India. So we therefore need to keep on putting more pressure till the time all extremist activity in Canada is stopped. Next issue is with regard to the students who go in a large number to study in Canada. This year, possibly the students going to Canada, their number will drop down to an all-time low because of relations between the two countries have got spoiled. However, what we need to understand is that going to Canada is a mirage and it doesn't help to study in Canada. There has been reports in Canadian press in which it has been brought out that anybody who wants to come to Canada for education, in addition to the college fees, in addition to the air ticket, in addition to his living expenditure, he must have at least about 60 to 70 lakhs with him if he wants to settle down in Canada, simply because jobs are not available freely in Canada. The jobs that are available are barely between $12 to $18 per day, and they are not adequate to repay the loans that you have taken. So, therefore, frankly speaking, it is not at all advisable for Indian students to study in Canada simply because unless you get a Canadian citizenship, it's not living there is not going to be easy. So that is as far as the students are concerned. The next issue pertains to the activities of Pakistan. There has been a big bomb blast in Pakistan, Balochistan to be precise, and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, in which 56 civilians have been killed. The level of violence in Pakistan is only going up. The next news from Pakistan is that Pakistan has asked for a bailout package of about $11 billion from China and Saudi Arabia, which they are unlikely to get, therefore creating further problem for them. The next point pertains to a Lashkar-e activist who has been killed. So the ISI is now very scared, and most of the important terror leaders have gone behind the screen because they feel that they will be targeted. Next issue is the Pakistani army is acquiring lands in deserts in which they are going to grow fruits and vegetables simply because of the food security problem is becoming very very serious in Pakistan. So therefore, Pakistani army instead of doing soldiering wants to grow food, etc. The next issue is with regard to our relations with China. The foreign minister has very clearly brought out that Indian-China relationship are abnormal, and he says the the Chinese are increasing their presence into the Indian Ocean. Now, next, a few issues pertain to India's internal and external security. The Northern Army commander has visited Ladakh, and 31 terrorists have been killed in joint operations up till now in 2023. And it is expected that the total number of terrorists active is about 111 as per the intelligence assessment, in which 40 are locals and 71 are foreigners. I repeat, 111 active terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir, including 40 locals and 71 foreigners. The next issue pertains to the Indian Army Annual Day Parade, which takes place in the month of January. It has been decided that it will take place in Lucknow this year as per the policy laid down by the Army, in which we want to decentralize important events in Delhi and they should be taking place in other places. The Defense Minister has opened up an exhibition called Bharat Drone Shakti at the Hindon Air Base, in which lots of drones were displayed, about 75 of them on static display and 50 were displayed aerially. So this is a big event in which everybody in India comes together to showcase the progress of Indian drones. The Home Minister has said that anti-drone system is going to be deployed on the Punjab border because last year there were more than 288 times the drones came inside from Pakistan and dropped narcotics there. The Indian Army is trying to go in for light versatile gun, in which the Army has asked for specifications from various private sector companies and companies such as Larsen and Toubro, Tata Defence, Bharat Force are all are expected to compete once the order is approved by the Defense Ministry. The next issue is for preparation of a radar which can penetrate into a foliage. Number of startup companies, a space-based startup based in Bangalore have partnered the drone manufacturing companies to develop a customized radar for armed forces. Let us hope it comes out and is deployed in the army as early as possible. There's a report from the DG Border Roads, Lieutenant General Rajiv Chaudhary, who said that the BRO budget has increased by 100% in last 2 years, which simply means that the speed at which the roads are being constructed next to the Chinese border has increased drastically, and this will ensure that India's capability to fight a war with China will get a big boost if at all the war takes place. The Air Force Day is going to be coming shortly, and there is going to be an Air Force show at Prayag Gaj. And in this Air Force show, the Indian Air Force is also going to show its new Dornier DO-228, which which has been manufactured by the Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. The Indian Navy has already got its third missile boat and also an ammunition barge, which will help the Indian Navy to improve its capability both logistically and operationally. So this is actually a very good development. The next issue pertains to the drones, the Predator drones, which Indian Navy has two of them, and they are being utilized to keep a watch over the LAC with China, and it is helped considerably because this drone has a range of 4,000 to 8,000 kilometers and a flight time of over 30 hours. The Navy is expected to get 15 more advanced drones equipped with sensors and detection kits in a matter of just few months. The drones have been proved very effective in also monitoring the movement of Chinese warships and vessels into the India's area of interest. No Chinese vessel can enter India's correction Indian Ocean without being detected. There is an expert committee report which is said that the present and the future wars are not only going to be fought on borders but will impact every Indian. One of the biggest wars which has been fought in India by the enemies of the country are what is called as the agitational terrorism. Now, because of interstate problems which are taking place between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, basically on sharing of the Kaveri waters, there has been a Bandh in Bangalore, for a Bandh in Karnataka for last about 2 days. Now, a Bandh in a state, the cost of the Bandh is approximately 4,000 crores. I repeat, 4,000 crores per day. The farmers of Punjab have blocked the railways inside Punjab, and all the rail traffic there has come to an halt. So therefore, now the problem is that it also ensures that that economic health of Punjab further deteriorates, and Punjab, as it is, the economics are not up to the mark. It is deteriorating further. Next issue is countering the Chinese in various domains. There has was an Indo-Pacific Asia Pacific conference which was held in India, which was attended by the United States and the quadrilateral cooperation countries like Japan, etc. Also, the Canadian Defense Minister, Canadian Army Chief was there, and it was very clearly brought out that the relationship between USA and India are very vital for stability in the Indo-Pacific. This is what the US Army Chief said when he came to India. And Defense Minister Shri Rajnath Singh inaugurated the conference in which India talked about various challenges that are being faced in the Indo-Pacific, which includes the boundary disputes, piracy, coastal security, maritime security, etc. And India's Army Chief General Manoj Pandey also spoke in the conference, and he talked about various disputes that are there. But he said these disputes should be solved by talking to each other, and every country must respect sovereignty and territorial integrity of all other nations. He also talked about territorial integrity in the Indo-Pacific. The Canadian Army chief also said that they want to have good relationship with India, but the reaction from the Chinese has been very offensive. They say if we do not want any military alliances which are against India, because it feels that the quadrilateral cooperation alliance which is there, it is basically anti-China in nature, which actually is true. But Chinese say you should not have any military alliances. With respect to the various armed forces drill which China carried out near Taiwan, China said that it is carrying out these drills because it wants to teach a lesson to Taiwan, who should know that they are a part of China. The next issue pertains to the technological war which is taking place between the United States and India, correction, and China. One would recall that since last 2 years, United States has started a technological war with China with the help of its partners in Europe. Basically, they want to ensure that China does not get high-end technology from Europe and United States. And especially as far as semiconductors was concerned, it wanted to stop China's progress in the semiconductor industry. However, recently, Huawei has launched a, a smartphone called Mate 60 Pro. This was launched without any advertisement, and it is done very well. Meaning the Huawei smartphone was competing with Apple smartphone on which millions have been spent in advertisements. That what it simply means is that the USA and the Europe's attempt to undercut Chinese technological development has not helped, and China is still managing to go ahead as far as the technological field is concerned, which simply means that the USA and the Europe and the developed countries have to further tighten the screws as far as transfer of technology to China is concerned. The next issue is the state government, the State Department of the United States has published a report on China as to how China carries out its disinformation war on the Taiwan or information war or psychological war or perception management. It's a very, very detailed report in which it has been brought out as to how China is spending a lot of money. It's an 81-page report and it's available also in my blog also. And it says as to what can be done to stop Chinese information warfare. The only issue is while everybody knows what is to be done, the Chinese big money seems to have, with the big money, they have bought many news channels, many TV channels, many newspapers, many bloggers, many YouTubers, and they who propagate the Chinese viewpoint. So Chinese deep pockets are really controlling a lot of people in a lot of countries. So therefore, the battle against China's information war is going to be long drawn. As far as the South China Sea is concerned, Philippines has taken on China and it is stopping all the Chinese activities in South China Sea. For example, China had a floating barrier had been erected by China on the boundary line between China and Philippines, which Philippines has removed. And Philippines has shown it very, very clearly that they are not scared of China. The 2+2+2 4 conference, which is taking place in a short while, in which India's defense minister, India's foreign minister, India's internal security minister meet the ones from USA that is going to start off in a short while. This will ensure that the communication between the two countries improves further. Now, just last 2 points on the Ukraine war. Russia has decided to increase its defense spending by almost 70%. Russia has alleged that United States and United Kingdom is helping Ukraine for missile strike in the Crimean War. Next issue is seven European countries are helping Ukraine by supplying ammunition. And the last point is Russia is again reactivated its private army. One would remember that Wagner Group was the Wagner Group chief was murdered or he met with an accident when his aircraft crashed. But that group is now been reactivated with a new leadership so that Russia is able to use them because Russian soldiers are not willing to fight adequately as far as Ukraine war is concerned. I'll stop here. Thank you very much and Jai Hind.